That's my preferred character is Hunters.
Mine is definitely Titan, hands down. I actually tried the Warlock again for like maybe 2 minutes, and I was like, no.
I can't do this.
I don't know why. I just do not like playing as the Warlock.
It's because
I have words for you.
And
mostly that it's fine. That just means more Warlock love for me.
I love playing
Here's the
Titan
thing, though.
so much.
I don't love you for playing a Warlock.
Oh.
I bet you eat soy burgers and stuff. Made me think of that video when he said something about being a Warlock. Anyways, Hunter is definitely my preferred play.
Yep, I just unlocked the third subclass, which I guess is the best one out of all of them.
For the Hunter, probably.
I used it for a bit, and I didn't like it that much. But I mean, I only ever play by myself, so it's just not as fun as like using the golden gun, which is blah, 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 blah.
Fan the revolver.
Yeah.
He's talking about Shadow Shot.
Shadow Shot's great.
It's
just not exciting. Is I think the thing for me.
It's a support. It's a Hunter support class.
And I'm a fan. I think that's probably why I like Titan.
Yeah.
I mean, it has the bubble I can use, but like I use the Thunder Strike Slam one, or I use Captain America Shield.
Well, what's great about the bubble, I think the Bubble Titan tree subclass also has the ability for, if you spec it right with the right exotics, you can just like melee punch everything and continually be getting overshields and overshields for your team. So you can be super aggressive and also still supportive.
Yeah, but I don't play with anybody.
I know you don't play that much. You don't get that deep into the meta. I get it.
Yeah. I just like to kill people. Also, I found another favorite gun. Oh, crap. What's it called? Risk Runner, I think.
Ooh.
The Arc Lightning submachine gun.
Yeah.
Holy moly. I was going against Panoptolixis, please.
Huh?
Robot Man in the Infinite Forest. The boss at the end of Curse of Osiris. And there's just...
Panoptes, I believe.
Monopoly?
Monopoly is.
The Mr. Monopoly?
So great. But there's like, I had arc damage hitting me the whole time. I don't think I reloaded my gun once. It was so awesome. It was a lot of fun. I don't need to go on about that though, because me and Brett talked about Destiny enough. And we'll talk about it in about 2 weeks. A lot more.
I'm very excited, and Shadowkeep is right around the corner.
Me too. I rewatched Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I talked about it when we were talking about Peanut Butter Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I just had to watch it, and I've been listening to the soundtrack. That movie just hits me. Makes me want to go on an adventure. Makes me want to just go out and do something. I love that movie so much. I really recommend it. Then I watched the Jurassic World short. That's it.
Very nice.
How long did I go?
You did good.
45 seconds.
3 minutes?
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Tyler, what'd you do this week?
Don't get used to it.
I'll run through these real quick.
Oh, I forgot something. No, I'm just kidding.
I watched...
Drink and...
Yeah, just keep drinking. Keep drinking. I watched Titans Season 2, Episode 2. Gotta say, that show has really upped the ante for themselves. It's off to a pretty good start. I really like it. I'm still reading Thunderhead, which is the Arc of a Scythe series, Book 2. I'll probably finish that one this week. It's really good. It's kind of entered into a political turmoil, which I usually can't stand, but everything so far in the book I've really enjoyed, so it works for me. Typically that kind of stuff annoys me a lot, but it's working really well in this. I played a crap ton of Gears 5 this weekend. My wife, Gears 5. Let's not start it with Gears. I was
it never gets old.
I was home alone this weekend. My wife was out of town, so I was able to play quite a bit.
Oh, you definitely...
Yeah.
You hit that hard, didn't you?
I hope the sticky bandits didn't come for you.
I probably played about 12 hours of Gears this weekend, and I had a 90-kill game in ranked play, and it was awesome. What?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. It was cool. It was the most, it's probably the most intense and fun and balanced multiplayer game I've ever played across any shooter ever. We literally lost the last point because you played a best out of 3.
Yeah.
And we lost our last point 179-180. Like, it was so balanced. Every game was within 5 points. Like, it was awesome. Anyways, 90 kills. I'll never get there again. It was amazing. And then I also played a game that came out on Friday that everybody's probably going crazy over, Borderlands 3. I sunk about 2 hours into that. It's good. I'm not a huge Borderlands guy, like, personally.
I'm definitely not.
I realize that it's a good game, and I realize that it has its audience. I just can never stick with it.
Yeah.
It has all the makings of something that I would really enjoy, but for whatever reason, I just can't do it. You can tell, though. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No. Continue.
One thing I've noticed, though, in the 2 hours that I played is it takes a lot of inspiration from other looter shooters this time around.
Oh. Okay.
It feels a lot more like, obviously there's no hub or anything like that, at least where I'm at, but like feels a lot more like Destiny, and like the Division in the sense of the way it handles its world.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them. They're getting into a different style of game now, which is good for them. Having loot specific drops and for players instead of like the whole group gets one loot drop and they have to argue over it. It's cool. It's a good game. It's got some optimization issues, but it'll get there. Every game does at launch. But if you're a Borderlands fan, you're gonna like it. It's kind of funny at times. The claptrap stuff's hilarious to me. I'll have to show you guys the stealth mode scene. It's really funny. But I'm just not a huge Borderlands guy. I played Gears over it all weekend long. Like, I'd play Borderlands for like 30 minutes and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play Gears.
I played the first Borderlands for a bit.
Probably about 2 hours.
Maybe less. And I was just like, yeah, I'd rather play something else.
Yeah. It's not that it's bad. It's just I cannot stick with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know if it's like the humor in it
That's part of it for me.
Like, I don't.
It's like it's the, hey, look at my balls humor kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like overly...
It's just way over the top.
It's like it's too much. It's like, I get it. Like,
some of it's
you're
some of it's really funny
over
though.
the top and funny, but it doesn't always work.
Right. Like, some of it's really, really funny. Like, the claptrap stuff at the beginning of this one is hilarious. Like, I was seriously dying. But like, then there's other scenes where there's characters that I'm just like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we have to do this? But all in all, it's good. Again, if you're a Borderlands person, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
I might revisit it here and there, but for the most part, I'm definitely going to be on Gears instead.
Yeah.
So, and then, unfortunately, because I was so enamored with Gears this weekend, I did not play the Modern Warfare beta on PlayStation 4.
That's right.
I didn't even download it. I wanted to play Gears so bad. It's all I wanted to play. I even watched a live stream of Modern Warfare, like Saturday morning. I was like, I want to check out the beta, see what it looks like. I watched like 5 minutes. I was like,
I want to play Gears.
That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go play Gears now. Like, it just, I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't have the itch to play it. Which I don't know if that's good that Gears, I'm enjoying Gears that much, or if it's bad that I'm not excited about a new Call of Duty.
I bet you'll be excited.
I'll be excited when it gets closer.
Yeah.
I want to play it on Xbox with my friends. That's my thing.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So, sorry, I went long this time. Brett,
No,
what'd you do this week?
Why are you doing so much, Tyler? You need to calm down.
I didn't even do that much. I just expanded on something. I wanted to give like a mini review of Borderlands because I think I'm the only one who played it.
That's good because you are the only one who played it.
Yeah, my brother is a huge Borderlands fan. He freaking loves it.
Good.
He's dumped so much time into it, and good for him. I'm so happy that it took 15 billion years to make a third game, and he likes it. So a lot of times that happens, and you get really excited, and then it's like a major letdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been there. Kingdom Hearts.
All right, what did I do this week? I played some Gears 2.
Wow,
Gears
throwback.
2?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
man.
a good game. Gears of War 2 was pretty good.
Back to the
You plugged in
Xbox 360, man.
sequel to 4 of 3.
What?
No.
What? Okay, now I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Your boy's confused.
Okay, no. I played some Gears 5, some more.
What'd you play?
Well, I'm getting in there. So I hopped in the multiplayer because
Good choice.
I've been playing the campaign with my boy Seabull TV.
Did you guys beat it yet?
No. And so I was like, he's not on right now. I want to do some.
I beat the campaign. I didn't even talk about it. Go ahead.
So I hopped in some multiplayer. I played 4 or 5 games, and this is just in the quick play arcade. And I don't know if I just got unlucky, but I was in the complete opposite of what you had with the like balanced, super even gameplay.
Yeah.
It was a slaughter fest.
In arcade, I've run into the same problem. In arcade, I don't think there is any balancing. I think they just who's first in the queue. All right, you guys go. Because anytime I play arcade, I lose by 50.
Yeah.
And it's 250.
Yeah.
Like I've had 8 eliminations, lost 50 to 8, and I've had all 8.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. I've started playing ranked because of it.
I also think I've only gotten put on. I'm always on the COG team.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I think I've been on the Locust or Swarm team once, and I don't. Again, just player experience. I feel like I'm getting murdered by those hammer shots.
Hammer bursts.
Hammer bursts.
I suck with
like,
it.
I'm just getting feels like 2-tapped with them.
Yeah.
I know it's not a 2-tap, but I drop so fast against those things. And then there's only one character on the COG who has it, and it's Kate.
There's a couple.
I think no.
There's a couple.
There might be a couple. Anyways,
but
so I
any
tried
that you
it
would
out.
want to use.
I need to play it maybe with some friends.
Dude, hit me up. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is text me.
Get someone carry me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw me in their backpack.
I'll do it. It'll be fun.
But then I did play some solo Gears campaign. Now that I've gotten to the second chapter and kind of the open world area has opened up.
It's a lot different.
I had a lot of fun just skiing around on the little skiff.
It's awesome. It handles really well.
It really does. And I did a few of the kind of the main storyline things, but it's just kind of fun to wander off and be like, I wonder what's over there. And there's not a lot.
No, there really isn't, and that's kind of what I mentioned.
Which is nice because it does keep me focused.
Yep.
But there's just enough to be there is a bigger world here.
Yeah, and I kind of when I played it and I got to Act 2, I was like, oh man, first open world Gears experience, what's it going to be like? Mm-hmm. And I think they did a very good job of, hey, we're Gears, we're pretty linear, but we're going to dip our toe in the deep end and see what we can do with it and see if it works. And I think what they did works really well. Every little side thing you do has its own little story, which I really enjoy. Oh, this helicopter crash here, or, oh, back in the war, these things were used to drill and all this stuff. And it's kind of cool to kind of revisit some of that Gears of War lore that, sending people down through the ground. And it's pretty neat. I'm glad you got a chance to kind of toy around with it.
Yeah. I think I figured out the whole story. We'll see.
You mentioned it wasn't
super complicated, but I don't know the whole thing, but it's pretty obvious that I think it's pretty obvious that Kate is the girl from the asylum who they were studying. That seems to be pretty obvious to me. Maybe they've sneakily tricked me. And Marcus definitely knows more than he's letting on. Classic Marcus. Maybe not. I don't know. Again, I really don't know. Here's the thing. Remember, I haven't played Gears 4. And I don't remember much about the Gears universe. So I'm kind of guessing. But I know that in the original trilogy, it's Marcus's mother's key to the Locust Swarm thing. And so I have a feeling that Kate's mother is kind of the same. Anyways,
but she died at the end of 4.
Oh, did she? So she was in 4.
Kate kills her in 4.
Oh my gosh! See, I don't even know these things.
Wow, spoilers.
No.
Kate finds her in 4 and has to disconnect her from the hive mind essentially.
That's what okay, so it did show that in the cutscene leading up. It went by quick, so
yeah.
But anyways,
I didn't even mention it, but I beat the campaign.
Oh, so you know.
I know where it's headed.
Am I kind of on the right path?
For parts, yeah.
I figured I wasn't gonna bat 1,000.
Surprisingly, so
only Tyler bats 1,000 on the softball diamond.
I did not this past weekend.
Well,
can you put up the spoiler tag? Can I I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but
no,
there's something that they do in the game that they've never done before. So spoilers for Gears 5, mild. Marcus is not a huge part of it.
No, and I've noticed he hasn't been.
He gets sidelined early on, and he kind of just stays there till the end.
he's been doing a lot of the like over the comms.
He's the guy in the chair.
Right.
He's like, "Hey, Kate, how you doing?"
Which is and now I don't know, but which is what leads me to believe that maybe he's kind of that big reveal will be he knows more.
He was dead the whole time.
Than what he was letting on. At least in regards to maybe Kate and her origin or something like that.
I think a lot of like what Marcus is kind of like portraying in the game is that like I went through this.
Okay.
You know, like I've done this.
It's
and I
more
kind of have an
that,
idea
like,
of what you're going through.
Yeah, that mentor, but not right there with them.
Right. Like it's not so much that he knows more than he's letting on. It's
Okay.
more just like, hey, you know, I know where you're at.
Yeah,
I know what shoes you're standing in, and I know what you need to do to get through to it.
Yeah.
And so that's where you're kind of off, is that Marcus really doesn't actually know that much.
It felt like he was a little cagey in it's like the first mission after you get into the open world area where you go to like the asylum, and he's like, "You'll probably find answers there." It's
yeah.
Like, okay, so like.
So that's a part of Gears 3.
Okay.
He goes there in Gears 3 to find out like what is happening with my family.
Okay.
So that's kind of where that all is connected.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's be done with spoilers.
Yeah.
And
Also,
just say
Gears,
that we'll see where it leads.
they've set themselves up for an interesting problem for Gear 6. I'm really curious. We'll
Sweet.
talk about it after.
All right. Yes. Yes. The other thing I did this week was rewatch Godzilla: King of the Monsters. It came out, I don't know, a week or two ago on physical. So, just a couple thoughts. I was really down on this movie when I watched it in theaters. I think with some time rewatching it, like,
because you know what you're getting into.
what I'm getting into, and I was really looking for more things. I really appreciate how much Daughtry, the director, like clearly has a love for classic Toho and those monsters. There's lots of little Easter eggs that are sprinkled through. It's really cool. The monster fights are cool, but anyone who is like, there's so much monster fights in this movie, there really isn't. Like, there are 3 fights. They are each decently long, but they have a bunch of stuff in between them. Like, especially that, like, between when Rodan shows up and the Boston fight. Like, great. That is, like, we do get
the underwater city part.
The underwater city, which is great. Like, Ken.
Oh, that soundtrack though. Ooh.
Ken Watanabe. Like, he's still great in it, but everyone else, I just don't.
They got paid.
They got paid. They had things to do. They just weren't very interesting characters. So
yeah.
You know what annoys me about the underwater city part? They were like, "Hey, check out this cool thing." Like, what? It's like the only addition to this whole thing, and you completely ruin it.
It was interesting. So when I went through and I rewatched it, the end credits, like the stinger or not the stinger, but like through the first part of the end credits, there's all like the news clippings and stuff like that. And I went through and I read a bunch of that stuff. There's some really cool little things in there. Like, there's definitely more than one. There's not just one underwater city. Like,
the whole underwater is a city.
There's
It's Atlantis.
Oh, crossover.
Aquaman's gonna show up.
Like they
Him and
tease
Namor are boys.
they tease Mechagodzilla.
What? In the end credits?
Yeah.
I'm so excited,
Dude, that's awesome.
After Kong and him team up,
They're gonna
have Godzilla. They're gonna kill him, and they're gonna have to be like, oh, we need a Godzilla. They're gonna build
They have
Godzilla.
a bunch of little strands out there that, like, this isn't just done after Kong vs. Godzilla.
Good.
Like, there's
Yeah, I'm okay
gonna
with
be
that.
more. Like, as long as it doesn't completely bomb. If it completely bombs, maybe. Just based on how this movie did in theaters, I could see them being like, oh, let's slow down a little bit before we really get into, like, heavy production on the next one. Let's see how Kong vs. Godzilla does.
I think it will do pretty good.
I do too.
Seems pretty iconic.
I think it'll do all right.
Look, BVS did good.
Yeah.
And then it killed Justice League.
Yeah. So,
But we got Wonder Woman.
and Aquaman.
But I got the man.
So I think as long as they focus on telling good monster stories outside of the connected thing, which is what Warner Brothers has learned with their DC properties, like focus first on the small story, then let that grow into something bigger, rather than doing this whole like
They need a kiss.
we've got to throw everything together right away.
They need a kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like King Kong and Godzilla kissing?
So anyways,
Weird.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. It's 2019.
yeah,
That's true. It'll be 2021 by then, right?
that's
2020.
that's what I
It's
did
next
this
year.
week.
It's March.
Very
I
nice.
didn't really do anything else. Oh, I worked a lot
Really?
on the house.
Yeah.
Right outside of
I
our
think-
studio, the carpet is all torn up.
I
I'm
almost fell in a hole.
Putting some new flooring in, and
Brett told me he was digging my grave there,
yep.
for what it's worth.
Ooh, I'm kind of nervous now, too.
Yeah. Save me. So we all watched.
So you got Mr. Tyler shirt.
So that's all that we've done, right? So
Yep, that's all that we've done. Should
Luke
we go into the
mentioned-
next thing.
Luke mentioned Battle at Big Rock.
That's right.
Do we want to discuss that?
Absolutely.
Might as well.
Okay. So
It's a little spin-off of the
hot
Jurassic
take
Park
here.
World Series.
Oh, Brett left.
I know.
Come back and then I'll say what I want to say.
You didn't even click
Welcome back, Brett. I know you just moved the mouse. That was weird. Oh, did you change something?
Did it fall asleep?
No.
It's just not working.
Sometimes it works now.
Oh,
if you're
okay.
not like selected on the program, it's like the Stream Deck doesn't always
That's
communicate appropriately.
Anyways, Battle at Big Rock. I'm going to guess that Brett probably liked it the most. Luke probably liked it the least. And I'm somewhere in the middle of those two things.
What? That's never how things go here.
And it's pretty close.
I think you're insane. I'm pretty sure I liked it the most. I know I can't say that.
I'm 100% sure that's not true.
Well, you watched it in the car with me, and you heard me over there going, ugh.
You watched it in the. There's your first problem. You watched it.
No,
on
I watched it in the car.
Did you? So have you even like properly seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you saw it earlier.
I hadn't watched it
He
because I hadn't had a
watched
chance to watch it.
it. I got you.
I was home for
got
about
you.
4 minutes before Luke got there.
Okay.
So
Cool.
What'd you think, Brett?
I liked it.
We probably should have ended with Brett. It's okay.
I think this is the most interesting Jurassic Park has been in a long time, because Jurassic World was just a rehash of Jurassic Park, and Fallen Kingdom, the first half was good, and the second half didn't make much sense. But like the most interesting thing to me is like, these are not what happens when everyday people run into dinosaurs in the real world.
Turns out they just watch them with no fear for a bit.
And
they know exactly what they are when they're 7 years old, 8 years old.
it's an 8-minute short. Calm down. The brother didn't seem to know anything.
Well, he didn't even say more than 4 words, so who knows if he can really even talk.
he sucked at magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not. Yeah. No, I don't know. Like, I think that it looked good. Like, in terms of like visually, I was worried that this was gonna get like a super.
I didn't even know this was happening.
That's the only thing we have to talk about is what a weird thing to just throw out marketing wise without like anything else to go along with it.
It makes me wonder if Jurassic World 3 might be kind of closer than we think.
Or it's going to get
without
delayed.
us knowing.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, because it's July or June of 2021, I think, is the current slate. I guess I could see if Universal's really hurting for something, they might bump it up,
Yeah, kind of fast tracking it.
fast track it because they need the money.
They're obviously trying to get their name back out there for something. They're about to make some sort of announcement.
Yeah.
They're like, hey guys, remember this?
I bet it's a new roller coaster ride.
Probably. It's probably a new interactive ride at Big Rock.
Ooh.
I like what Angel says
Little
here
Rock?
in the chat. He wants to see more of those little end credit scenes.
So that was my favorite part.
Yeah, that was the coolest part. That and the logo for Universal being the dinosaur.
The dinosaur.
Head.
Well, they tried that with the Dark Universe. Where Universal... Dark Universe. That movie sucked.
Well, now Blumhouse has it, so...
Well, good luck.
No, but I think, like... Yeah, depending on the quality of the shorts, you know, I tweeted out that I like this quite a bit. I'd much rather have 3 more of these and 1 teaser trailer come out before the movie than a teaser trailer and then 2 or 3 trailers that spoil the whole movie.
Yeah.
Classic.
I would agree with you there.
I agree, too. I did not like it, mainly execution
Sure.
wise, I guess. I love the idea of it. I will definitely watch more, mainly because it's free on YouTube. I think it's great marketing, and I loved the credits. However, there's just so many things that just bug me about it that I can't get past. For instance, like the little girl is so bad. I couldn't stand the little girl, and then she. How much are we saying about this? I don't know if I should. Is there spoilers? Or,
No.
I don't know. No.
Just the fact that this little girl's loading a double crossbow and shooting an Allosaurus. It's like, all right, I guess you can just draw a crossbow at the age of 8.
It wasn't a big crossbow. It was a little one.
What was that dude? The full-grown dudes, though.
The dude in the next camera been teaching her how to shoot it.
Yeah, I'd imagine he probably loaded it for her. Those things are very tight and very heavy.
He's gonna look up how heavy a crossbow is.
No, I'm just gonna go. Anyways, keep talking.
That also, like just how when, like, the I don't know what they're called. The horned dinosaurs run away because they're not Triceratops. Biceratops? I don't know. They run off. They're good. Family runs off. Everything's quiet. Baby cries. I was like, oh my gosh. No, that baby would be crying the whole time. Like, just try and think of something a little better to get the Allosaurus to look at you. Also, are the dinosaurs mating now? There was only like 20 dinosaurs in that house.
It's not that big of a crossbow. It's a very small crossbow. It's a, what, 8-year-old?
That looks like a scene from Us.
It really does.
It's still going to be really hard to pull back, though.
I don't disbelieve you, but I also know that, like, mechanical crossbows today are, like, you can have, like, gears and levers, or, like, it can help you, right? It's like a compound bow. Like, a compound bow is super easy to pull back because it's built that way. It's built to be easier and not as strenuous to use.
It's still pretty heavy.
I'm not saying it's not heavy.
I'm just saying she's 8.
I just think it's a weird thing to nip at.
Like, some kids can't tie their shoes at 8.
Luke, do you have something you want to tell us?
I was one of those kids, I'll say it.
Fine, I can't tie my shoes and I'm 27.
Okay, so anyways, as usual, we run the spectrum of like to dislike.
I didn't say anything about it. I just sat here and listened to you guys.
I thought the crossbow thing was weird.
Tyler, what'd you think?
Finish with your thought.
I would have liked it to end after the Allosaurus hits the trailer and then you don't know what happens, or somebody should have gotten eaten.
I am kind of surprised no one got eaten, even if it was the
the
neighbor who was.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Greg.
I did think it had good tension in it. I'll say that. I also I was entertained. I don't know if I said that yet. I was entertained when I watched it. There's just too many things. I was like, but shoot, what was I gonna say? Like how it's a complete short.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't know if they would have made it more of a teaser and like you don't know what happens.
I think it's nice though that they're it's very clear because of how it's made that it's not. This isn't part of the movie.
Yeah.
And you can get away with you could get away with ending it earlier and just being clear in your messaging that this isn't part of the movie. It's its own standalone thing. But it does kind of. You're right. It's a complete short. It's not necessarily a cliffhanger. Find out what happens in the movie.
Yeah. I land on this is fine. I think it's cool. I'd love to see more of these. The end credit stuff was really cool, like the little snippets. I laughed hysterically at those. I don't know.
One.
Like, of all the things that bothered me in it the most, I think the thing that bothers me is the little girl knowing immediately what dinosaurs they are. And I know it's a small nitpick, but it's just like...
It's one of those things, though, that
are they that adjusted to dinosaurs in the real world that they automatically know what they are?
That's honestly, that's a Jurassic Park trope.
Yeah, and it's
right?
annoying.
In Jurassic Park, you had Tim, who knew everything about every dinosaur. And...
Didn't like Tim.
It's not in the Lost World because there's only
doctors.
The girl, the gymnast girl who doesn't really know anything about dinosaurs. But in Jurassic Park 3, the boy who Dr. Grant rescues, very well adjusted after a couple weeks to... I mean, he survives on the island for like 8 weeks. Jurassic World, the smaller boy is always like counting them teeth. He knows how many teeth are in each dinosaur. So, like, I just think it's, at this point, it's a trope
like they just kind of make
dinosaur.
it, they do it to be funny.
Fallen Kingdom is the girl grew up there all around dinosaurs. She knows all about dinosaurs.
Yeah. I guess it's just like, I have to remember that.
Yeah.
And I don't like...
It's a fair, like, criticism.
I
just think that at this point, like... I almost expect that in a Jurassic movie.
Right.
There's a kid who really loves dinosaurs.
So something that's really... This is way deeper than it needs to be. But something that like has really shifted for me in the last year is like... I don't like... And I've noticed this from reading more books. So I'm just kind of applying it to media in general. But I don't like when... Like it's assumed that I should understand something.
Yeah.
I don't need it spelled out in black and white, but I shouldn't have to be like, oh, well, in this movie they did this, and in this movie they did that, and then that movie they did that. Oh, so now that makes sense. Okay, that's okay.
Right.
Whereas, like, if it's the movie I'm seeing it for the first time and it's not connected to anything, I'm like, oh, that's really stupid. You know what I mean? So, I think you have to kind of look at it as its own thing.
Absolutely, it should be able to stand on its own.
And so, like, I get that it's a trope, and like you said, it's a fair criticism, but like, I shouldn't have to go through the suck to get to something to understand it, right?
Right.
So, like, I tried to read a book that everybody loves. I didn't like it. Somebody was like, keep reading it. It's really good. I'm like, no, because I don't like it. Like, but it gets really good. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to have to deal with the sucky parts just because it's good later. Like,
yeah.
That's why I stopped reading The Dark Tower. It sucked. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of become how I view things now a little bit.
And my final note on that, and this is not to say anything about that, but like, just like me saying it's a trope is not necessarily a defense of
no. I didn't take it
or,
as one,
or necessarily like you have to know all these things. It's just one of those things. I think
they're leaning into it now.
For those of us who are like really big Jurassic Park fans, it's like. There's a kid who loves dinosaurs again.
Right. No, and that's fine. It just
theoretically it shouldn't bother you. And the fact that it does means that it probably just wasn't executed quite as well. Probably because it's an 8-minute short rather than a feature.
No, I would agree.
Yes, and I am being extremely nitpicky, I know.
Luke, I still love you.
That was
I'm just trying to have hope for Jurassic Park, man.
Good luck.
I believe in Jurassic Park World 3. Whatever.
I think it'll be entertaining. I'm excited to...
it will definitely be entertaining.
I was entertained by this short, and I really like the idea of like the world being taken over by dinosaurs. Freaking awesome.
Give me Planet of the Apes and dinosaurs. That's what I want.
Dude,
I want so many humans getting eaten by dinosaurs.
I want it to end with
I love
the
Jurassic
dinosaurs.
So guys, we're just now getting the news.
Whoops. Classic.
That's okay. We kind of had a topic already. A mini topic.
It's true.
So let's talk about it. What we got for... Let's just buzz through trailers real quick. You guys see that new Watchmen trailer?
What?
It was like...
They had a new trailer.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It was like right after... It was early last week, but after we did the show.
I think it was like Tuesday morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Missed that much.
Missed it. I thought it looked good.
I missed it, but I'll assume it looked good.
So
I'm excited for that show.
I saw that it dropped. I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Because I think I'm done watching marketing for it. I'm in.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm in. I don't care what they put out now. I'm super in for it.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
But I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, we got to see a trailer from one of the Apple TV Plus exclusive shows starring our favorite man of the sea, Jason Momoa.
Oh, I'm so ready to nitpick some more.
So we got the trailer for C.
C to me, and I told Luke this because Luke sent it to me because I didn't even know it dropped.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really cool idea. It really is. But I don't think it looks that good. I think it looks so poorly acted that it's going to be really hard to watch.
This is one of those that I think I would really enjoy reading.
Yes, absolutely. And the concept is super cool.
Maybe less about the actual, like... I'm
okay,
glad,
the idea of everybody being blind on Earth. Cool. However, this part... Oh my gosh, our baby can see. I'm looking at it right now. You lost me right there. You broke your own rules. How do you know your baby can see? It didn't tell you. It's a baby. You can't talk. And I know for a fact it can't draw a crossbow.
I'll agree with you there.
Another thing, I understand it's a visual medium. Everybody's blind. Why is everybody dressing up so grand with makeup, big crowns, and beads everywhere? You can't see it.
That we know of.
Also, yeah, but like you can hear how the headdress
Can you hear my
shakes.
crown? I'm the queen. I don't know. It could just be hitting rocks. And then, like, they're crossing a bridge and like, I can't see. Where are we going? They're doing backflips in a forest, swinging knives and axes around. It's like, oh, come on. What are you doing? Be Daredevil or don't be Daredevil.
I do think the concept is awesome. I'm with you.
Oh.
I saw the trailer and I was like, man, this would be a really good book. Like, it really would be a good book. And I hope it's based on a book that I can find and read later.
Yeah. I'm also, like, more excited about the fact that it's a show than a movie, because I think you're right. Like, in a movie, this would just feel like Bird Box 2.0. Everyone's blind.
This makes Bird Box look like an Oscar winner to me.
I don't think it's that bad.
No, I don't think it's that bad either. I actually think some of the cinematography and stuff looks really good.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, it just feels like a production company's first foray into this medium. They have a lot of money to throw at it, but that does not mean you're experts in actually, they hire talented people, but it's Apple. I don't know who's all passing judgment on it, but, I don't know if chances are Tim Cook's not the one being like, hey, we need more Jason Momoa. But we'll see.
So when Brett gets the streaming service, we're going to come over and watch it with Brett.
Oh my gosh. Our baby can see. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should watch this.
That's the end of the first episode, though. I guarantee it.
I think I'll really get a really great kick out of the show, because I think it looks, except for like the way it's shot, I think it looks horrible. Like, it's like, all right, guys, we're all going to play basketball. We're going to follow the rules. And you just let everybody run around the stands. You let people kick each other and kick the ball and fight. It's like, no. Like, you got to set your rules and you follow them. Nobody can see. And then, I don't know, like, maybe the kid is older or something is like, what are you talking about? I can see. I don't know. I'm trying to fix it and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, so here's the deal. This is the first piece of marketing for it.
I'm so excited to watch this show now because I can't wait to hear Luke just go nuts.
From the producers of Velvet Buzzsaw.
Dude,
the director of Minions.
I don't think it looks that bad. It just looks horribly acted to me. That's my biggest issue. The acting, it's just like, oh boy. And it's their first time dabbling in this kind of thing. I don't expect it to come out and be like, we're gonna knock it out of the park first try.
Right.
It's not realistic.
I can't remember who's producing it. Like,
look, I watched Titans.
Wait, no,
and
they won't be able to see you.
What?
Sorry,
he's making more jokes.
He's making jokes.
Yeah, like Titans started out good and like the premise is great, and then Titans just went off the rails at the end. It was terrible. The end of Titans is horrible, and that was their first try. So season 2 is a lot better. So that's what I think C. Gosh, that's a weird title too. That's what I think C will be. Is like the premise is there, the execution could be a problem.
Hey, maybe it will be great. If it's great, I'm all here for it. But right now,
But will you admit that it's great?
I will.
Okay.
I'll admit it.
Okay.
I'll do it. I did it with Alita. I love Alita.
Once again, I'm in the middle of this spectrum.
Okay. Another trailer.
One of these
Let's
weeks,
just move on.
One of these weeks, I'm gonna land on like way opposite side. Like I'm gonna be like
I
the
can't
most
wait
angry
for that
person
week.
ever.
I can't
I
wait.
don't think you're emotional enough to hit that spectrum.
Wow.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think you have emotion.
I am a very emotional person, actually. I just don't get too high or too low.
That's fair.
We'll have you review the Redskins. How about? There it is.
Nope. This
let's
is
not
not
do
sports
that.
talk.
Let's not do that.
Nickelodeon has a 3-part
Didn't watch it.
thing coming out called Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, I heard about this.
This is a reboot of...
It's a reboot cool retcon.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
just
it
made it.
looks
Hitting all of
like...
them.
I think it looks like a Nickelodeon made-for-TV show.
Yep.
I didn't watch it.
So, you know.
I heard about it and I read about it. I didn't watch it though.
I heard about it too, and I just kept scrolling.
Yeah, it's pretty low on my radar, but
I saw some people who were like, this thing scared the crap out of me. I was like, what? This is Nick. And then I watched it, I'm like, I don't know what they've been smoking, but that's not scary at all.
you know, people always gotta hype it up.
Probably. I mean, I think a lot of people were nostalgic for it because
Yeah.
it was like a 90s thing.
Oh yeah, I remember it would
So-
come on late at night, and I was kind of a pansy when I was little. I was scared of scary stuff, so I wouldn't watch it. I'd turn it off. Like, I can't do this.
I remember I turned on TV and it was on I put it on Sci-Fi and it was like a sea movie, the Gargoyles sequel, and a gargoyle bit this dude's head off, and I had nightmares for weeks. Fun
That's
fact.
awesome.
Anyway,
What else you got? Or is it somebody else's turn?
Someone else go.
Okay.
there was a Ford v Ferrari trailer.
Yeah.
It dropped yesterday.
This movie
Yes.
looks so good.
This movie looks good.
I'm so sad that this movie is going to do so poorly. Like,
It'll win Oscars.
When does it
though.
come out? Same day as Star Wars?
No,
It
it's
comes out sooner.
November 15.
it's more like it's more like right before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah. Same day as Pokemon.
It will do.
That's the only reason
I'm
I
sure
remember
it
it.
will do
like
fine
Pokemon
for its
movie?
budget.
Yeah.
It will get Oscar noms.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
But like this
know.
this movie just looks incredible, and I really wish more people would be hyped about it. You just don't see that excitement.
It's
around
not in.
Christian Bale, Matt Damon, and the dude who directed Logan.
it. Yes,
Listen, you don't even have to tell me what this movie is about.
sign me up.
I'm there.
Yeah. It's
I don't like car movies. Sign me up.
it's not in the.
Excluding Fast and Furious, me too.
It's
Fast
not.
and Furious are no
Jeez.
longer car movies.
No, they're not. They're action flicks.
There's sci-fi
Yeah.
bonker craziness.
Well, now they're sci-fi's. for
Tyler,
sure.
I'd like you to finish your statement. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
You keep getting interrupted.
It's just. What's next?
I don't know if anybody watched it, but Death Stranding had like a 49-minute Tokyo
Nope.
game show. I didn't either.
No.
So I was actually thinking about this game though this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about getting it just to see if I hate it. I don't know.
A sequel's in development. There's your second half news.
I saw him tweeting though, and he's like, Death Stranding is gonna need like 10 sequels for it to be an actual genre of game. And I was just like, ugh. Oh my gosh, what kind of game is this? But
It doesn't even know what it is.
I'm thinking about it. So just
It's one of
so everybody
those.
knows.
So like when
You're gonna play it and be like, "This is the best game ever made."
like
I
it's
don't know.
Kojima, but like when anyone tells me that they're like it's too hard to explain and we're keeping it a secret, I just don't trust that. My gut instinct is to be like,
Listen.
it's either too complicated for you to like explain, or you know that it's not popular enough to properly explain, and so you're avoiding negative PR by saying it's super secret and it's great.
Okay, here's really why I want to get it. I'm gonna
You gonna wear a
Is
pizza
it only
hat?
on PS4 or do they move it over to Xbox too?
Death Stranding?
Yeah.
No, it's PS4.
Okay.
Exclusive.
I'm bringing over my PS4, Brett.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you super drunk. And I'm going to play, and we're just going to switch off the controller.
Let's
depending
do it.
on
I'm down.
How your drunkenness
Battle
is.
Rifle in the chat says he watched it and it looked awesome. I don't know if you're talking about Death Stranding or any of the trailers we previously...
Or Battle Big Rock.
We're way past Battle Big Rock.
You never know. He could be behind. You can rewind.
Anyways, Battle Rifle, let us know if you watched Death Stranding or what you watched exactly. Anyways.
Speaking of movies, there's a Silver Surfer movie rumored to be in development for Marvel.
Good choice.
Silver Surfer's dope,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We'll see what they do. He's a big character, so.
Just wondering if we'll finally get an actual Galactus.
Well, it definitely feels like they're starting to reach out into space. And
Yeah,
so I
it's
think having
cosmic.
a character like
A cosmic character like Silver
Surfer,
yeah.
it would be cool to really help tie the humans of the Earth, who are you have Carol Danvers out there, you have presumably Doctor Strange and his multiverse craziness, and like he deals with cosmic threats.
Yeah.
Someone like the Surfer who can ground us in that culture, kind of like the Guardians did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yeah, I'm excited.
down.
I'll see it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm really curious as to what team they'll get behind it, too, director-wise and writer-wise. Interested to see also if it's, I guess, just true. But
Yeah.
rumors be everywhere. I got some rumors.
What you got?
I'll stick with my one in Marvel, I guess, first. The rumor is Robert Downey Jr. is going to return as Tony Stark in Black Widow.
I saw this. And to me, it was like a cop-out move.
Let him die.
Yep.
Just
Just
let
let
him
it
die.
go.
He earned it. It was great. Cried like a little baby.
If anything,
Help me move on, Marvel. Come on.
it tells me that it worries me that they don't have enough faith in that movie.
I saw somebody tweet.
Now, how much of where did this rumor come from? And because I have not heard this.
Deadline
rumor.
is where
Okay,
it came from.
that's a little more.
More credible than
It's
you were
a little more
expecting.
credible than
It's not like
another story that I have,
comicbook.com,
but-
right?
CosmicSplash.webpage.au.
Marvel fandom at Instagram.
DCSucks.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw a tweet and I thought it was funny. It's like, Batman and Superman didn't invade Wonder Woman's movie, but Wonder Woman invaded Batman and Superman's movie. thought that was funny. The other rumor I had is Star Wars related, and it's that we're going to get a Darth Vader series. Less credible source being We Got This Covered. So,
Is this Disney Plus?
probably.
I don't need this.
I don't want this.
Yeah, I'm cool without it. I'll watch it if they make it, but I don't.
The
really-
most Vader I want in future Star Wars content is
Ghost Anakin. In The Rise of Skywalker.
no.
That's it.
I don't want.
That's all I
no.
want.
I,
If they give me anything.
the helmet, just give me the helmet again. That's enough.
Okay.
I'll just rewatch the end of Rogue One.
I'll just watch Empire.
That too.
But
It wouldn't make
yeah,
any. It
this-
wouldn't make any sense. But well, no, it could make sense actually if he showed up in the Cassian series. I could take him as a.
Oh, I forgot that.
Again, this is just like a cameo type. He's got one scene, kind of like that end of Rogue One where
choke on your aspirations.
he's that ever looming threat in the galaxy since the Emperor is not really
There yet.
yeah. He kind of disappeared. They could retcon that, and he could not disappear after three. I can't keep track. Anyways,
He's taking a potty break.
yeah.
A real long one. But yeah. Don't need.
Other rumors. Oh, new Game of Thrones prequel, guys. Prequel
Don't want,
series.
don't need.
They're making another one?
So this is still a rumor, but it sounds like they're pitching the idea of maybe a series based on House Targaryen, 300 years before the current series.
I can tell you about how both Targaryen reigns ended.
You just want everything in between.
No, they kind of gave us everything in between with the normal show. But I mean, we know about the Mad King, and then we know obviously about Daenerys. And that
Right.
really screwed the pooch on Game of Thrones there.
But like, I think this could be, and I'm not 100% up on my timeline, but if this was like them evacuating, I'm gonna say Valerian, but that's a different movie.
Wherever they are in
Wherever
the
they
East.
were and coming over, and you get that like,
Hey, we're in charge now, punks.
well, just kind of that conquest with dragons, but maybe not so like I'm a fan of them like I am of Dany, or I don't know.
Man, the only thing I think of is I can only think of The Walking Dead when they're doing all this stuff. They're just overdoing it.
Yeah.
Like, you have one of the greatest shows of all time. Obviously, not everybody liked the ending. Just stick with at least the one prequel
Yeah.
for now. Don't overdo it. People are eventually going to not care about Game of Thrones, and it's just going to be like kind of, I feel like how people are with Star Wars now. There's just so much Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's Star Wars. Oh, there's another Star Wars movie coming out? Okay, yeah. Oh, there's another Game of Thrones film coming out? Okay, I'll probably skip this one.
I think typically the prequel, whatever content it is, does tend to leave like, I thoroughly enjoy The Hobbit, but like there's a lot of Lord of the Rings fans who are like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about The Hobbit. Like, I could have done without that. And like, I get it, because even though that was what, like 10 years after the original Lord of the Rings came out, like they gave it time and it still didn't quite land. There's lots of production issues on that. Like, we go into a whole episode just on that. We won't. But I do think that, like, just by default, we tend to look at prequels to something that's...
We side-eye it right away.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to at least hear more about, like, kind of what the pitch is of the show before I make a final judgment. But yeah, I'm more in the camp of like, do we need this? I'm more interested probably in
The other one?
the one that's currently being developed, because it has way more to do just with the lore of the world.
And as writers, directors, cast, film. Has cameras around on it? I don't know. It's already in the works.
Yes.
So it's also a little more easy. It's easier to get a little...
More excited about.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know.
What
What else you guys got? I got a few more stories.
Andy Muschietti, pronunciation probably wrong. He was talking about It, and he wants to make an It supercut, which takes both of the movies. He wants to film more scenes and make like a 5-hour, 6-hour crazy long version. I'll take it.
I'll
That
definitely
sounds
take
cool.
that.
Yeah, me too. Like, if you could...
With an intermission.
That'd be
Yes.
interesting if you could merge them together in a way, so that, like, kind of like how the book, for the entirety of the book,
It's
jumps back and forth,
Yeah.
could have that kind of same feel throughout the whole
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
story of the film.
I'd watch it. I'd buy it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
I'd
buy
buy
them both, and then you buy that.
Buy it chapter 2, and then a week later, chapter... It I can't think of a name.
Yeah.
The Super It comes out. I don't know.
Gears 5 sales are down, much to... We kind of talked about this before the
We
show,
did a
but
little
like
bit.
Game Pass is... I mean, right? They knew this, but Game Pass has kind of cut down the sales numbers, which looks bad to the public eye, but they knew this. They expected this with Game Pass.
Did they report digital sales as well, or was it just
I'm
physical?
not sure.
Because Microsoft has been very cagey over the last 4 or 5 years about actually releasing numbers of anything, from like console sales to like first party game sales. I wouldn't be surprised if what has been reported is mostly physical sales. Like, physical sales are way down, but that's because more people will buy digital and more people have Game Pass. And Microsoft, that's fine for them, because if they can get people subscribed to Game Pass,
They're collecting money
They're
over time.
collecting money over time.
Yeah. Nice little to backdoor that. This is the biggest Gears launch ever.
Yeah.
So kind of crazy that those two things exist at the same time.
Yeah. The
But-
world we live in, right?
Digital games.
Guys, I guess we're getting a Face Off reboot?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How do we feel about that?
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Who should do you have there's been a lot of like who should it be?
I
Do you
actually
have a
thought
favorite?
about this.
Have some favorites that have been thrown out?
Who?
Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. Because you kept talking about prisoners, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, they actually probably would kill that.
That'd be really good.
Or Hugh Jackman and Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds.
yeah.
I got it. Hugh Jackman
And Emily Blunt.
and Emily Blunt.
So we can all agree that Hugh Jackman should be in this in some capacity.
No, I don't know. Put it. I don't know. Yeah, Emily Blunt and somebody. I don't care. Just Emily Blunt. That's my go-to.
Do Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington.
Ooh. That could be cool.
And
As long as Sam doesn't have to
do
run.
3-way. Half of somebody's face and half of somebody else's face. Is that possible?
Why not?
We have the technology.
They can do it.
But yeah, I think
Let's do Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck.
yes. Oh my god,
that'd be
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think that movie's super awesome, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
None the least, and sure, I can have a reboot.
I'll watch it.
Bring it on.
Get the right cast, and it doesn't matter. It can be ridiculous.
Oh, I'm just going to keep thinking to different people now.
J.J. Abrams signed with Warner Media.
Yeah.
$500 million.
Officially?
Officially. What?
$250. I thought he declined $500 from Apple because he wanted flexibility with Warner. Because Apple was going to be like, we take everything or nobody does. So if we don't want it, you can't sell it. Warner was like, you can sell it to somebody else if we don't want it.
Here comes that J.J. Abrams Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Yes.
Hold on.
Oh.
So what
Wait,
what
I'm
comic
wrong.
what comic book is his son gonna write now? It's gonna be a Damian Wayne comic.
Oh, gross.
Okay,
I know.
at least 250, maybe more, and he did turn down 500 from Apple. So you're right. You're more right than I was. Hey,
I don't have a dog in the
Only
fight.
about that though. Nothing else.
I keep hearing like some of these other ridiculous.
I heard he made
deals
600
and
billion, but that's just what I heard.
500
Jeez.
million did not sound out of the park.
I heard a lot of people talking about this though, because I was kind of curious about the DC stuff too. That DC is specifically not mentioned for some reason. That being, they don't want the focus of that to be like they don't want people to just focus on that.
Right.
It's not mentioned because he's definitely doing something, or it's not mentioned because it's not part of it. He's not going to be doing anything DC. It's all original stuff. But I mean, there's no real answer.
If he's proven anything with Star Trek and Star Wars, he can certainly reboot something and make it popular at least for a season.
We'll get a Batman movie that's just like the '89 version. Well, you wouldn't do Batman, obviously.
Batman
but
Beyond,
There you
rebooted
go.
with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. Oh, that'd be so
That would be-
sick.
that would be
All
sick.
of the Gotham lens flares.
Oh man, there'd be like none. He's got to do a
Yeah, there's
space
nothing to
movie.
reflect off of.
Yeah, it's just darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Ooh, you're gonna trigger Ben Affleck with that one.
Hmm.
Ooh, go ahead.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, the Shamhammer.
Shamhammer got 2 movies greenlit at Universal
Oh boy.
this week, so we'll get to see what he's working on next. I think I'm kind of I'm excited because I didn't find Glass awful, and I really, really love Split.
Split's amazing.
And so just to let him kind of play with something new,
gosh, I new toy.
I'm in.
I'm just excited to hear or see more like Shamhammer twists.
I'm excited to see the trailer for his first project,
Yeah.
and then I'll decide if I'm excited for
Whatever that may be.
Whatever it is. The Village sequel.
Dude, The Village is
I've actually
a
never
good
seen it.
movie.
So
Actually,
what
I
he
like
said,
it.
what he said on Twitter was that they're spec scripts. So, like, these are not properties that are already out there. These are
The originals?
These are going to be originals
Good.
that.
Good.
We
And
need
any
more
any
original
I mean,
movies.
one of the things he was like, big thanks to Universal for taking a chance, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is it through Blumhouse again too? Or no?
No,
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Blumhouse is pretty tight with Universal, so
Oh, maybe so. Then maybe there might
Yeah.
be some partnership there.
I have two more kind of small things and then
Go for
one
it.
big thing.
Oh, I have a big thing too.
I guess it's the same thing. The first one is that Seinfeld is moving to Netflix.
Yeah.
That's kind of a major grab for them since they lost The Office and Friends.
Yep.
So Seinfeld fans
Rejoice.
gonna ditch Hulu and move to Netflix, or you just buy it on Blu-ray. And then the other thing is that Disney Plus is rumored to be developing Young Avengers TV series.
That does not surprise me.
No, definitely not. What else can we develop?
More content. Speaking of more content, Margot Robbie is set to produce and star in a Tank Girl movie.
Yeah.
Because, and that's not the big news.
Oh, what?
But
What?
a Tank Girl movie.
What's the big news? What's good?
So yeah, if you don't know what Tank Girl is, look it up. I don't know how to explain it because I've never seen it myself.
I don't know what this is.
It's a tank, but she has really nice hair. No. I don't know much about it.
Well,
either.
without looking at it,
That's what I envisioned.
Tyler,
Like a tank with a female head.
Pitch me what you think Tank Girl is.
It's, you know that World of Tanks game?
Yes.
It's World of Tanks,
Okay.
but all the tanks have a face on them, much like the ice cream truck from Twisted Metal.
I was thinking more like Thomas the Tank Engine.
I was thinking more like Cars, the Pixar movie.
Honestly, when you said it, I thought you said Taint Girl.
Oh no.
And I was like, what is she doing? I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Is it living tanks?
I don't think so.
No.
No. All right, big news.
Yep. Been waiting all week to talk about this.
Oh, she's a... What? This has happened before.
Yeah. No, it's like a remake.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Dead
What?
Silence.
This is like a...
Speaking of things
It's
that
like
are
a-
dead,
That was stupid.
Yeah, this is...
I love you, Brett. That was awesome.
This is the
I'm just
one.
jealous.
drink myself to despair.
Me too.
R.I.P. Movie Pass.
Oh, that's not the big one.
Yeah, that is not the big news.
Screw
Screw Movie Pass.
Too many big newses.
But we did say we would talk about it when that happened. Didn't you say you'd like eat a shoe or something?
I did.
Eat your shoe right now.
I think
he
Eat
said
your
it.
shoe.
I think he said it.
I'll give you
need-
my shoe.
I need.
No, that's
I need.
gross.
I need proof that I said that. I'm pretty.
I think it was like episode 74.
Gosh,
Mm-mm.
that's very specific.
It's definitely 75. Exactly 20 minutes in. Somebody find that, please.
Okay, my big news was Movie Pass is now officially dead. That's clearly not the biggest news.
It's definitely not the biggest news.
Go
this week.
ahead, Tyler and Luke.
But it does have something to do with dying.
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Lots and lots of dying.
Lots of dying.
Oh my gosh, how did I forget
Lots
this news?
and lots and lots and lots and lots of dying.
Yes.
This is very exciting.
James Gunn announced the cast for Suicide Squad.
Woohoo!
They had their
Hashtag
table
don't
read
get
this
too
past
attached.
weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually... Somebody's like, when's the first table read? I heard it was like in a couple weeks. It's like, that's a rumor. It was yesterday. If you aren't following James Gunn on Twitter, I recommend you follow him. He's a lot of fun. He interacts a lot with...
Fans and other people.
Twitter.
Yeah.
With people on
It's a lot
Twitter.
of fun. But yeah, this cast is
Ridiculous.
huge. So
Read
here
it
we
off.
go. I'm going to go through them all.
Before you start, this is one thing that Luke and I were like begging for with the first Suicide Squad, and they didn't go this route, but this one they're going for it.
Yes.
And I'm excited.
Pronunciations, I'm sorry, all right? They're not going to be good. Especially on this first one. Oh my gosh.
I got you.
Just, okay, you do it. How about?
David Dastmalchian. He is Kurt in Ant-Man.
And he's the crazy Joker dude who kidnaps Rachel in Dark Knight.
Also the crazy guy in
First movie he's ever been in.
Bird Box. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him in Kansas City. Remember that? He's from he's from Kansas City.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead. Now you can take it away.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
And then going through the list, John Cena, Jai Courtney is back, Joaquin Cosio, Nathan Fillion, Joel Kinnaman, Mei Ling Ying, Flula Borg, Sean Gunn,
Sean Gunn is biffing it so hard in this movie. I'm so excited.
Juan Diego Bato, Storm Reed, Pete Davidson,
Biffed.
Taika Waititi,
Biffed.
Alice Braga, Steve Agee,
Biffed.
Tanisha
Kajasi?
I don't know. Whatever. Sorry. Daniela Melchior, Peter Capaldi,
Biffed.
Julio Reese, Jennifer Holland, his girlfriend, Viola Davis,
Not Viola Davis. Yeah, his girlfriend's definitely getting
Viola
biffed.
Davis, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, Michael Rooker.
He's dead. But he was like the long rumored, like nobody knew for sure.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not in that movie.
So maybe
Here he
he's
is.
not getting biffed though.
This is insane.
I just love his little message.
Yeah,
that
don't
goes
get
on-
too
Don't get
attached.
attached.
Freaking
So I'm really curious about mainly the opening scene because my assumption is that it's going to be Nathan Fillion, Sean Gunn, Michael Rooker, and
Jennifer Holland.
and they're going to get captured and they're going to have to blow them all up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, thanks for showing up. Bye. Here, see you, famous people.
Peter
then we're
Peter
gonna
Capaldi will be in that group too.
For a lot of people are speculating he's a villain.
Really?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I could see him actually playing a bigger role as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be like the calculator or something.
As long as he's in it. I'm just glad he's in it. He's really good.
So sorry, go ahead.
But like another thing people are saying is what if the original cast from
From David Ayers.
from David Ayers are in the opening and they all die. And they kill off the original people. I don't think it's going to happen because I mean that'd be like Margot Robbie and they're not going to kill off Margot Robbie.
It's this is so clearly a standalone thing. I think they could get away with it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be awesome.
I'm so excited.
Who do you think King Shark is out of all those people? I think it's Michael Rooker.
I think it's the rumored Steve Agee.
Mm.
That's what it was rumored for a long time.
Well, then he's the comedian guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Never mind. He's gonna die though.
Pete Davidson is gonna blow up real quick. Or
Flu-
who is the person when Viola Davis is explaining how the bombs work?
Pete Davidson. 100%.
She's like, you're full of it. I'm leaving.
And Jai Courtney's gonna be the one trying to convince him not to leave.
He's gonna be like, dude, it's a lie.
Let's split
You
this
should
joint.
go. F this noise. Get out of here, man.
Screw with them.
Boom.
No, I think you're right though. I think the opening scene is gonna be like they have like this small unit.
Mission gone.
They're all gonna
wrong.
blow up, and then Viola Davis is like, "Well, I need a new team," and they're gonna form a new team, and then it's more people are gonna blow up, and they're gonna be like, "All right, last try," and then it's gonna get like the actual team together. They're gonna be like, "All right, you guys can finally leave your cells and go have some fun."
I'm really curious if like all these people are actually on the team, or if like some of them are like working for, like Peter Capaldi's the villain if they're working for him.
Right.
Henchman, villain, brawler
Yeah.
people.
That actually have speaking lines.
Yeah.
Could be.
Isn't Dave Dastmalchian in the Polka Dot Man?
That is the rumor, and I think it's pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. John Cena is rumored for Peacemaker, which is just the most ridiculous. One of the most ridiculous.
Doesn't he want
comedies
peace so bad that he just kills everybody?
Yes.
That's so
He wants-
awesome.
He's so bad that he's willing to kill everybody.
Sounds a lot like Hawk and Dove.
It's like, okay, man, whatever floats your boat. Jai Courtney, make him even more Australian in this one, please. And I was very pleased with how Australian he was. But yeah, this is super exciting.
Yeah, I'm juiced for this.
Even without the cast, just it being James Gunn is
Yeah.
enough. But I'm really pumped for this.
Okay. Is that our last news story?
It's my last news story.
Tyler, you got anything else?
Nope.
Okay, before we hop into our discussion on what the most overrated action movie of all time is, or action movies,
Buy our merch!
I was just going to thank everyone for voting on September's movie commentary.
Oh, yeah. I was going for the aggressive plug.
You were.
You nailed it.
You did great. It's not where we were actually headed. It's a little bit like how I was trying to do that segue. Speaking and
then it wasn't quite there.
And then it wasn't quite there.
We're almost there.
So September's is going to be Robin Hood Men in Tights. It won with 35% of the vote.
Tights.
Thank you all for voting.
I'll wear tights during the commentary.
Very excited for that.
And Blake will still talk to us, which is good.
I saw that.
Yep.
I don't know if that was an empty threat, but I guess we'll never know. Let us know, Blake, if it's an empty threat, because I love you. But yeah, I'm really excited to watch that. One of my favorite comedies. What?
No, don't worry about it. Just keep going.
But yeah. Should we talk about these
overrated action movies?
Overrated action movies?
Yes.
How many do you have?
I just kind of wrote down a list. Figured we could talk through some of them. I didn't get real detailed into. I can explain why I think they are, but like
I definitely did explain some of mine.
I don't want to go in like a 15-minute deep dive on each one. That's not what I want to do.
Thank goodness.
Luke, you're the one who would do that.
What? Listen, as the person on this podcast who probably talks the least.
Yeah, probably.
I just talk the fastest.
Okay, what is Luke? Let's just go across the table. What do you got?
Well, the first one I thought of that came to mind was 300.
Ooh.
Should we go I agree or disagree?
Ooh, maybe.
Okay.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun. However, I feel like it comes up and people are like, "Oh, that movie's so awesome." Or they talk about like really fun violent movies or comic book movies. They're like, "Oh, that's one of the best adaptations." So I'm like, well, it looks like the comic book, I guess. But it never really goes all the way for me, I guess, storytelling-wise. It's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I still enjoy it. I actually enjoy all the movies on my list.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, just because we think they're overrated does not mean we
Think they're bad.
think they're A, bad, or B, we don't enjoy them.
Yeah.
Or C, that you can't enjoy them.
Absolutely. If we say your favorite movie, cool. It's your favorite
fine.
movie.
It's fine.
You go nuts on that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Luke. It's actually on my list.
It wasn't on my list, but I just hadn't thought of it. I mostly agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've watched it twice, and both times I'm like, yeah, okay, it's cool.
Fake abs.
Fake abs.
And Gerard's real ones.
My first one that came to mind, and I was really upset when you put out the tweet, is Avatar. I personally am not the biggest fan of the movie. I think I was kind of... I think my problem was I was kind of late to the party.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this one late in theaters. I think it's too long. It gave me a really bad headache because it was 3D, and the 3D was too good, in my opinion.
it was too perfect.
It was too good.
I don't know. I've never been on the Avatar hype train, like, ever. I'm not excited for the sequels. It's there, and that's cool, and I'm glad people like it, but it's just not for me.
I will agree. It's on the top of my list as well as the one that I thought of first. I did really enjoy this movie when it first came out. I went and saw it 3 times in theaters.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went and saw it in 3D, was blown away by the 3D.
The 3D was crazy good.
I
It
went
gave me a
and I
migraine.
saw it in 2D, and I still really liked it. And then I was like, well, I gotta go see it in 3D again.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in probably forever.
And I think I've maybe watched it once since. And the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, huh.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
Yep.
Like,
That's a thing.
it's got some cool art direction.
I like Pocahontas.
in the terms of like an action movie, I don't think that it's all that good.
Yeah.
The characters are all pretty one-dimensional, and the story is Pocahontas, which is not like a knock on it necessarily, because most movies are adaptation. Most stories are adaptations on another story.
At this point, you just can't help it anymore.
Right. This one's pretty blatantly Like this is what I want a Disney remake to be. It's the same story, but in a completely different wrapper.
Very different rapper.
Yeah.
Big blue aliens.
Cool. Nobody's disagreed yet. This is good.
So yeah.
I don't disagree, but I also don't agree.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it's
appropriately rated.
Yeah, like it depends who you talk to. Like if I talk to somebody that doesn't like it, they're like, "Oh man, the movie was no good." It's like, "What? No, it was fun. It was really good." And I talk to somebody who loves it. I'm like, "Okay, calm down." It's not good. So I like, but I also don't really feel like I ever meet those people. Like those are some pretty
Very
rare
Sure,
extremes.
yeah.
I feel like most people are like, "Yeah, it's good."
That's where I land.
That's it.
It's good.
Like-
but it's not for me.
Like,
I don't
yeah, I
like it that
saw
much.
it, and I remember really enjoying it when it's on theaters. I was also like 16.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's appropriately rated. It's rated and for mature.
I think it's rated like PG.
It's PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely 13. All right. So the one that goes on the top of my list since Tyler mentioned Avatar is The Hunger Games, which
Which one?
All of them?
probably
The series?
I could say the series, but I think honestly those movies got like less and less, like the general audience over time were less and less hyped about those movies or appropriately rated themselves, but the first one was overrated in my opinion.
Okay.
It's not a bad story, but the acting is and there's not actually that much action. Again, it's those like YA young adult action movies don't typically contain that much action because it's them experiencing their coming of age thing, which usually involves a little bit of action but not too much. Props to Jennifer Lawrence for letting this propel her career for a while. But no, I never got the hype on this. Even after, and I went and I read the books and was still like, oh.
I think for the first one, I would agree. I think it is a little overrated. I think it's good, but it's not anything special.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, though, I love the second one.
I can't even remember the second one.
So
It's the one with the rock clock in the middle, and they're all spinning. And
oh, the rock clock.
dude,
the ceiling. Dude, I lost my mind because I didn't know that was gonna happen. But
the second book is so good.
I do recall liking the second book.
I loved the second book.
Because there's more traps in it than, and yeah, it's kind of the whole thing is a big puzzle.
The freaking second book, at the end, the last chapter, like, oh, we just need to go back to District 12, and like they're like, there is no District 12, and you're like, what? Like, I just remember reading that. I was in the hospital with my mom, and I was like, oh my, Mom, you gotta read. She was fine.
Oh.
But it was like, I was reading. I was like, Mom, you gotta read this. This is wild.
read this book now.
But no, it was good. I even posted about it on Instagram, I think, at the time. Like, it was so good.
I think by the time
my favorite book
the third movie came around, and by movie I mean movies, it was like one of the first movies to like do the whole split one book into two
I think they saw Harry Potter do it, and they're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I think Harry Potter did it before it, but it was like, I don't feel like the story needs that.
No.
Here you guys go.
Because I had read the book, and I was like, that seems egregious.
I did not watch the last two movies of that series
And that is fine.
because
You didn't miss
I
much.
read the book, and I remember the first part came out, and everybody's like, "Oh man, you should see how it ended." And I was like, "Yeah, Peter choked her, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
That's when I was reading the book. I'm like, "Oh well, this is probably where the movie will end if they're gonna split it in two." And of course, they did that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I thought both third movies were fine.
They were better acted because the actors had gotten
Hey,
gotten
grown up.
better and or by that time they knew their characters well enough to really define those roles. But the story itself was stretched so thin and there was so little there that I don't think that made up for the fact that it's yeah. Anyways, should Should we go back, or should we just loop around to Luke? Let's loop to Luke.
I'm ready to ruffle some feathers.
What do you got?
I want Luke to go though.
Well, I mean, I have a couple. Should I go to one of my more impressive ones, and then I don't know.
Impressive overrated movies? Yeah, do it.
So I really like this movie. Then I'll go to a more impressive one. Like it's really good. And it's really iconic. Or I think it gets a little blown out of proportion. The Avengers.
Oh.
Yeah, The Avengers. I mean, it's good. But honestly, there's not really that much to it now, I guess. Like,
yeah, when you looking back and it's like
even,
look at how much they've done since. It's it's
I mean, even when I saw it, like I'll go rewatch movies in theaters if they're really good.
Yeah.
I think I only saw this one once. I never really loved this movie, and I remember when we did our rankings, this one was pretty low on mine.
It is, yeah.
It's pretty low on mine as well.
And it's really high on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I do really like it. I mean, obviously it's the Avengers and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's decreased over time because the Whedon quips just kind of become too much.
Yeah.
And then it's just a basic alien invasion with
the Skybeam.
Skybeam and battle droids.
Yeah.
Kill one, kill them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
You destroy the space station and they go, "Whoa, they are broken." Yeah, the Avengers.
I don't know what that was. But that was awesome.
That was Jar Jar.
Okay. That's great. All right, I'm ready to ruffle some
My
feathers.
prequelists got me.
While we are on the Marvel train, I personally freaking love this movie. It's one of my top 3 Marvel movies. But Black Panther is overrated. I will say it. I'm sorry, but it's so overrated. It's unreal. It is not an Oscar movie. It is not a perfect movie. It is good. It's very good. I'll say that. It's very good, and that's it. It's not what everybody kind of hyped it up to be, and I love it, but I thought it was way overblown.
I will agree.
I agree. Did you guys agree or disagree with mine?
I agreed with you.
I mostly disagreed.
Okay.
I agreed.
We'll move on. Yeah, I agree with Black Panther.
I saw Avengers 4 times in theaters, and I think it's overrated. I was an RA, and I had to take my floor, and that's all they wanted to do every time. Like, oh, the school's going to pay for it? Let's go see Avengers again. I'm like, dude, I've seen it 3 times. I don't want to see it again. We'll take a van.
Avengers, let's go see 300.
So I think specifically when we're talking about action movies, like what Black Panther does really well is not its action.
Right.
And I think just the fact that is its weakest point really does make it probably deserving to be on this list.
Mm-hmm.
That final battle is just rough. Like there's some cool.
You didn't like the rhino stuff?
There's some cool individual moments in there.
Oh yeah.
Specifically with
the waterfall fights are good. They're great. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I'd say the waterfall.
They're real.
Yeah, they're the only real.
They're people.
Scene. Yeah.
I think I could have just used more. Anyways, this is not a commentary on Black Panther.
We do have a commentary on Black Panther if you want to watch it with us.
And hear me gush about how much I like this movie.
Yeah. No, I think it is. I think it's good. I think it's probably like a great movie, but it is a little bit overhyped.
Yeah.
It's overrated. Possible to still be great and overrated at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of those.
Battle Rifle points out the casino fight in Black Panther. It is really cool.
People.
Yeah, because that's not a giant field of CG characters.
Yes. And just the rubberized costumes when they're fighting down by the train. I watched a behind this
Stop watching these breakdown things.
No, I was interested in it because I wanted to know why it looks that way, and they're explaining all these different things within. It's so interesting. But yeah, anyway.
All right. Here's one that's sure to ruffle some feathers. I don't know if our audience is old enough.
Oh.
Aliens.
Disagree. I just really enjoy that movie.
I don't. Again, this is kind of like where you're at.
Yeah.
I don't hate this movie. It's not like I don't enjoy it. I really appreciate that it gave us a lot of other cool things in the action genre.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it, despite it doing it fairly early on, looking back now, I think it tends to be one note, and it turned what was a horror franchise into an action franchise.
I think that's why I like it, because I think the action route is a little better. I think mainly because if we were talking horror, Alien for me would be overrated. To me, that movie was like, cool, that was good. Whereas like Aliens, for me, it was just super exciting all the way through, and I was just like, everybody's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then you get the sick, nasty fight scene with the mech and the queen on the ship. And I was just like, what? I
That's fair.
Yeah, I disagree.
I don't hear anybody ever really talk about this one anymore, so I think it's appropriately rated.
There you go. Okay, that's
I
fair.
am whelmed.
You are whelmed. All right, Luke. Back to you, sir.
So another one that I got is, I can't remember if we talked about this one in a previous episode kind of recently, but Independence Day.
Ooh. Interesting.
I think, once again, a movie I like.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Like, it's enjoyable, but I don't think it's anything special. It was probably one of the worst sequels ever made. That doesn't influence it at all, but yeah, I just, like, people talk about it like, oh, what's one of the like patriotic or great action movies? You know, oh, it's Will Smith's first movie. He's set off his career. It's like, it's fine. They plugged a USB into an alien ship. That was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It's harder. I don't know if I agree or disagree. It's hard with like movies that are older because we just don't really talk about them that much anymore.
They're not in the front of our heads.
So it's hard for me to be like, yeah, that's overrated or underrated, but I don't know. I think it's talked about a lot still, I guess, kind of on July 4th. I don't know. I don't know where I land on Independence Day.
I don't know.
It's tough, right? Like
It
you're
is.
like, I don't really know where.
I think it's. I'll take it over the new one, so I guess I'll disagree. I don't know. I think no, I'll disagree. I'll settle on that, even if it's a light disagree. It's not a strong name. Yes.
I'll go comic book movie route again.
Do it.
Venom.
Yeah.
People freaking love that movie.
It's weird. I feel like the circles that we typically run in don't love that movie all that much, because I didn't hear, but it made $1 billion freaking dollars, and
Listen, I forgot that movie. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah, I don't need to expand on that. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Screw that movie.
My next one is...
I hate that movie more than most people.
Do you hate it more than Velvet Buzzsaw?
It's got better action than Velvet
He's
Buzzsaw.
thinking about it though.
Which one's shorter?
Ooh.
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Okay, I like Velvet Buzzsaw more.
Yeah.
Whichever one gets...
Dude, we found a movie that he hates
right?
less than
I know what I'm getting him for
more
Christmas.
than Velvet Buzzsaw. Venom?
Yeah.
Yeah. He might break that like the minute you hand it to him.
Okay, I'm gonna mention this one. It's not in order. I'm jumping out of order, but I'm seeing over in the chat that Battle Rifle is my spirit animal tonight.
Okay.
Whoa, that's dope.
And one that I think you guys will definitely disagree with me on, if I recall earlier conversations correctly, and that is Dread.
You think it's overrated?
I think Dread is overrated.
I haven't seen Dread.
I completely disagree because only like 20 people have seen that movie.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
So maybe not overrated to the public at large, but
Within the audience that have seen
within
it.
the audience who have seen it, who seem to love it, I just don't get it. And that's fine. I don't have to get it for you to enjoy it, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, I completely disagree. I love that movie. That movie's so much fun. It has I can't believe you haven't seen this movie.
I saw one of his other ones.
It's a
but I don't-
dystopian future, something you love, and it's over-the-top graphic violence, which I know you love.
You make me sound like a horrible person.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But, like, I can't
might
believe
be.
you haven't
I
seen
don't know.
I can't believe you haven't seen that.
Yeah. I'll watch it eventually.
I took one of mine off because I realized it wasn't an action movie.
Oh,
Which
there
one?
you go.
I'll have to save it for a different day.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
at least, I don't think it's an action movie. I guess I could say it and you let me
yeah,
know.
you let us tell you.
Promise you won't hate me, Brett?
I promise I won't hate you.
I think Jurassic Park's a little overrated.
Oh.
I love Jurassic Park.
Interesting.
I'll hold him back.
I really like
Hold me
Jurassic
back.
Park. However, I don't.
I can't.
I feel like it gets considered a lot of times as one of like Spielberg's best movie or one of the best movies ever made. I just don't think that.
Okay.
I love Jurassic Park though. What made me think of that though was today I watched Battle at Big Rock and I was like, I'm gonna put Jurassic Park on my list. Is that an action? Is that action or is that horror?
It's a little bit of a blendy movie where it does
Okay.
kind of blend some of that action with horror.
I'll put it on my action list, and if we eventually do overrated horror or something, I just won't
It's
put it on.
probably better classified as horror.
Never mind, I'll put it on my horror one.
But
Does Battle Rifle have any more?
oh yeah, Battle Rifle's been lighting up the chat.
He put one in the chat that I think is criminally underrated.
Ooh,
Somebody mentioned one that I think is underrated.
Terminator 2?
What?
Like he thinks it's overrated?
Yeah.
I love Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
I disagree, Battle Rifle.
Oh, Civil War?
No, I think that's way overrated. I'm with him on that.
Captain America Civil War?
I just didn't put him on
Yeah,
my
I'm
list.
just gonna keep guessing them.
That's
if you don't tell me.
Whelmed. Think it's appropriate.
It's a movie that was made on a very small budget. Upgrade.
Oh,
He put
yeah.
Upgrade as overrated. I think that movie is criminally underrated.
Yeah. I agree.
On my underrated list, I was going to bring it up. That movie is criminally underrated.
Here's what I'll say,
the best
because
Venom movie ever.
I watched it after you guys on your recommendation.
And you hated
And
it.
I didn't hate it. I will say I felt like it was overrated by you guys, though.
You crazy.
You I don't know if it's just
I'm just kidding, man.
the hype was up here and I felt like it landed right here.
Man, you
Like,
can never believe the hype.
still good.
Never
Still
trust
good.
the hype. That's why with Joker I'm just going, okay. You gotta really bum yourself out before you go into a movie. And I think I'm getting kind of good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always bummed out. It's okay, buddy.
Ooh, Battle Rifle actually brings up a good point when Luke keeps hurting himself on the table today.
Holy
Yeah,
crap,
raise my
it's
chair
been a
just a
long
bit.
episode.
This has been let's wrap this up here real soon.
What did Battle Rifle bring up?
In Terminator 2, and it actually kind of worries me about the new Terminator one.
The Terminators
Dark
are the
Fate.
loudest characters in Gears. I hear them coming all the time.
He says the action is very tense in Terminator 2. It's very tension heavy, but you lose a lot of care if you can't kill a liquid metal monster, no matter how many times you shoot it. So I think his reason then, what he's saying is this is reason for it being overrated is that there's no tension because it just, like you put a bullet in its face and it just kind of back together. I can get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily agree, but I get it.
I don't agree, but I get it.
Angel, thank you for joining us in the chat.
You're crazy for staying awake this late.
Sorry we're keeping you up so late. Oh my gosh, guys.
Did you not realize how late it was?
I had not looked at my clock in a while.
We're good. Do you have any more overrated?
I'm out of overrateds.
Can we just go through our
I mean, I have more, but-
lists that we made real
I'll
quick?
just I have a couple more overrated that
Okay.
I'll just run through real quick. Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2. Part 1 was fantastic. Part 2, again, this should have been one movie rather than two parts.
Part 2 makes me cry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like there's some great parts in it. Like
I'll
of it,
disagree.
but- okay.
Yeah, I would
that's
disagree
fair.
as well.
Boondock Saints.
I haven't watched it recently, but
Whelmed.
from I haven't watched it in a long time, but like from what I hear from people who have like recently revisited it, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
I've heard it hasn't aged well.
I don't think that movie has aged well.
I have one more, I guess I can.
And
throw
then
into.
Taken.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When Taken came
I
out,
love that
they were
movie,
like,
but it's super
Liam
overrated.
Neeson, oh my gosh. And maybe it's just because he's done like 16 Taken
Type movies.
Sequels.
or type movies, but it's just lost its luster, and I don't.
I disagree on that. I was one of the first people to see that movie, though. I feel like
I liked it at the time,
convinced
and I
everybody to see
haven't
it.
watched it since. So maybe it may be still fine.
That's true.
But when
I've
I
not
think
seen
about
in a long
it,
time.
I'm just like, oh, I don't like Liam Neeson in those movies anymore.
You're gonna get taken. What?
Do you have any more?
No.
He has some.
I'll say one for Luke.
Oh, yes.
Because he forgot to say it. We talked about it earlier. Training Day.
Oh yeah, Training Day's overrated.
I like Training Day. I love that movie.
Don't like that movie. Only one on my list that I forgot to put and actually don't like.
Oh, there you go.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for making me watch that.
You're also welcome for reminding you so you could
Oh yeah, thanks.
trash it one more time.
Luke, you had something you wanted to add.
I wrote down a couple underrated.
Oh, sure.
Me too.
Just real quick.
Run through 'em.
The first one, there's actually I could not think of any overrated ones off the top of my head right away, and just so I could get my mind rolling on action movies, I started thinking of underrated ones. So the first one I thought of was John Carter.
Oh.
Nobody saw this movie because it didn't have any famous people in it because Taylor Kitsch wasn't famous yet. But I think this movie's a lot of fun. Kind of falls into the Disneyisms of their like original Pirates movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a lot of fun.
This
It's
one
a really cool world.
This one lands kind of the same place as Alita for me, where it's like, it's a cool idea, it's a cool world, it's not quite executed well enough.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see more, but it wasn't going to happen.
Thankfully, Disney does not have the rights anymore. Somebody else has it. So
Alright.
we can get a better version.
We may get a
which
better
would be
version.
cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Alita, I think Alita's underrated.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen John Carter either.
Everybody knows the movie I got to hating on is it's still in my top 10 of this year. I really enjoy that movie a lot, and I honestly don't know why. I just have a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too. I'm like, yeah, that's fun. It's not overrated or underrated for me. Maybe underrated because it got a lot of help or a lot of hate. But
Yeah, action-wise too. If like that's the only thing you're judging, I think that action in that movie's awesome.
some good action.
Next one, Punisher Warzone.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you'll love this movie.
I've seen it.
You've seen it,
Yeah.
dude. When the dude punches him and his face goes, like what? This is the more comic version of Punisher. It's not like the Netflix show where it's a more realistic take.
Right,
This
right.
is hyper violent serial killer Punisher.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Dread. I think this movie's underrated
That's fine.
because nobody's seen it. Go see it. I bet you'll like it. Don't listen to Brett. And then the last one, The Losers. I think it's based on a Mark Millar comic. It's Chris Evans, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It's really good. Recommend people check that out. It's like it came out at the exact same time as A-Team,
That's right.
and so nobody went and saw either one of those. And it's way better than A-Team.
Do I run through mine now?
Yeah, go for
Or
it.
do you want to do yours?
Don't go for it.
All right. Upgrade was my first one.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think that movie's criminally underrated, especially when it's made on a $5 million budget or something like that.
Yeah.
Some stupid number where it doesn't make any sense. Book of Eli.
Yes, agree.
Again, criminally underrated movie. Great cast. Awesome story. Blind people being awesome.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's all right. It's been out a while.
Blind person.
Yeah.
No, there's two.
So this one, I feel like I have to explain myself. I think it wasn't underrated at the time. I think it's more so forgotten now than underrated. I think Batman Begins is underrated because of how good The Dark Knight is.
Interesting.
I love that movie. I think in that movie, that is my favorite version of Batman that Christian Bale plays in Batman Begins.
His best voice.
Yep. I just think that's the best he ever is as Batman. Is Batman Begins.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever quite reaches that point in the other two.
Right.
I think I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
I just think it's forgotten now because of The Dark Knight. Much like we kind of talked about Dark Knight Rises, and you're like, I don't think it's bad. I think it just came after The Dark Knight.
Right.
Like, it's the same problem. The second one's so freaking good. That,
How do you follow up one of the best movies ever made? Like,
right.
Well,
You can't. And then my last one is a movie called Lawless.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hardy, Jessica Chastain, Shia LaBeouf. It's
don't even
about
know what it is.
moonshiners in Virginia back in like the early 1900s or something like that.
1920s.
Yeah,
30s,
and
check it out.
during Prohibition.
It's pretty
Tom
good.
Hardy fan.
It's pretty good. It's more of a Shia LaBeouf movie than a Tom Hardy movie, but he's in it. And it's good. I like it a lot. I won't spoil it since you haven't seen it.
They all get drunk and shoot up.
It's kind of just watch it.
Okay.
I have a couple. I'll throw out Snowpiercer.
Yes.
Haven't seen it, but it's back on Netflix now.
Back on Netflix.
So I will watch it.
Go check it out. Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I think gets
Freaking love that movie.
a lot of
Unnecessary hate.
unnecessary hate. Man, it's such a well done movie. Those are the two that I had. Battle Rifle throughout for underrated. Batman v Superman. I would agree on specifically on an action movie. I think it has pretty good action.
And the story where it tries to be a little too smart
Yeah.
Yeah.
like is where it kind of falters. But yeah, the action is very good.
Pretty top
Yeah.
notch.
Yeah.
Like it's my favorite version of Batman.
Oh yeah.
As
Live action?
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize I needed to
Favorite-
clarify that.
Favorite live action combat Batman.
Yeah.
Combat Man.
What?
Eminem says in the song, he says Combat Man.
That's less cool now.
It is,
It wasn't original.
but it's fine.
I can't act like it was.
Anyways, those are
Don't
some
wanna
of our
plagiarize.
overrated and some of our underrated action movies.
I think
Any
we
other
got.
final thoughts?
I think JT.
We have a couple Twitter mentions in
Oh,
there.
well, that's-
Siebel's got one. JT's got one. I feel like there's
Alright.
one more.
JT said all of the Star Wars movies.
I'm not really surprised by that.
I'd
That-
say
Somebody would say that.
especially maybe the first Star Wars movie.
A New Hope.
This is as an action movie. I don't think it's bad. But when you compare it to something like Empire or
They made vast improvements.
they made vast improvement.
They figured it out real quick.
Also, something like Force Awakens, which visually is great and like has some cool things. I think is overrated because it's just a carbon copy. But that's just me defending JT's statement. Siebel said the Transformers series since the first one. So
Overrated? I'd just say bad. Except for Bumblebee. Bumblebee's underrated.
here's the thing, like they made like 6 of those.
True.
Which
Oh my
means
gosh.
people liked them enough to keep going to the theaters
You
up
know
until
what?
like the last 2.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
And
when
unfortunately
2 and 3
Bumblebee
came
suffered
out.
because of that.
Yeah. I remember when I was in high school, I liked 2. Then I grew up a bit when I watched it again later, and I was like, ugh. And I still kind of have 3 as a guilty pleasure.
Three is
so-
Dark of the Moon, right?
Yeah.
3's got good moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3's not horrid.
4 and 5, just bad.
4
I
and
didn't even
5
watch
were-
4. I went to 5 because we wanted to talk about it, and I was just like, what is happening?
Bumblebee's underrated.
I haven't seen Bumblebee. I bought Bumblebee. I haven't seen Bumblebee.
You like to say that.
I know. It's just because usually if I buy a movie, I watch it like almost right away.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not watched that one.
Was there any more responses?
I'm going back through the chat real quick just to see if I missed any
Okie dokie.
specifically from.
I need 3 seconds, and then I'm ending this. Or did we have Twitter questions?
No, we did not have any other fan box submissions. I think that's good.
All right. Cool.
Thank you for listening through this marathon of an episode.
Hey, at least it wasn't my fault for going long in my
Little
recap.
It was
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. No, remember to, follow us over on Twitter and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's the main one. Let me just be clear. I don't check the Instagram nearly enough. Follow us on Twitter.
I need to get that password from you.
I know. We say that every week. You can subscribe to the podcast via Apple iTunes or Google Play. You can also find it on SoundCloud and YouTube. So, thanks for checking us out.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Grab some merch if you
Buy the
haven't
merch.
yet.
Watch some of these action movies.
Yeah.
And
we
let
might
us know what you think if we're crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know if we need another kind of filler episode. Maybe we'll go into a different genre or media.
Genre.
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 Yep. But until next week, everybody.
We'll see you guys.
We'll see you guys.
All right. See ya.